Hello, welcome back to part 3 of the breakdown part. And while I've been away, I've just named everything. So break, roll and bass, break bass, side bass, break lead, drop leads, FX. And over here for the scenes that I launched, drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop down drop is another type of drop, sort of like it's like a fill drop, which means it's different from the main drop, sort of like a bridge. And then we have breakdown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the piano fill for the moment before. But mixing it now, so same principle. Obviously, because I changed the original drop, I now have to mix this drop again. And I was thinking do it offline and then talk through it, but people don't learn anything like that. So what I might do is I'll do this video up to a certain point. I might trim it down because it is literally just repeating a lot of steps. So we'll start with this drop. And it doesn't sound too bad. We already know the kick and bass is mixed from the previous video, so I'm alright with that. So let's get on to this a minute. Am I on full screen there? Okay, so the new drop lead is these 4 serums. Let's just listen quickly what they are. All side chained on my drops and I use Nicky Ramiro's because it's absolutely brilliant. I wish they'd bring out more options of different type of side chainings with it because some of them are amazing. The next one. Okay, a little bit similar. Roll and bass, side chained again. Kickstart, it's called, if you need to know. And then a bit of a high one. So remember what I said about creating a wider lead? So that's the lead part, and this is what it sounds like. Okay, so we need to mix from left to right as usual. I'm going to start in these. When you've got this is the global, which is just the volume, and you can, once you've mixed these 4 together, or if it's your own project, your drop section, we'll call it drop section. You mix them individually together as individuals, get them all nice, and then you put a global on them and to join them all, as long as they're all playing the same thing. Obviously, don't add something that's not part of it. And then on the global, you can then use the global to manipulate that drop to match the rest of the tracks. So here we go anyway. So the 3-point mixing videos that I do is basically play it, stop it, write down or take note of the things you don't like and you need to change. And then just fixate on them. Don't do nothing else, because otherwise you'll just end up going into this slippery slope of just messing with it too much. So we've already listened to this and I think it sounds pretty good. So here we go, here we go. Let's take that one and that one off. Here we go. Okay, so I think my first point is I need to EQ them all to get them joined together. So that's the first thing I'll do. The second point is the 2 leads aren't distorted enough. They're not powerful enough. It's like the wimpy. And the third thing is the separated. They don't match each other. So we'll do that first. So left to right, first EQing. Let's solo the first one. Okay. Okay. So let's add a bit of distortion on that straight off. Already it sounds loud. Don't get into the habit of thinking loud's better. Okay, so on my distortion, I take it down. I go into detail of these things, but I've got no time to do it now. You'll have to go into the previous videos. Okay, that's enough. Bit of distortion in the middle where it is. Okay. Then I'm going to use its own individual reverb. And when I put a reverb on, I take all the things off. We want less reflection, less diffuse, because I don't want it dead holy, which means a diffuse is like makes it dead holy. Not much density. Let's see how that sounds. The smaller the size is like a plate, it's like a smaller size room. Shape is the shape of the room, how many sides it's bouncing off. Pre-delay is before the noise is made, you get like a delay starting on it, and then if you match it to the right milliseconds, it will sound better, but I don't like it on anyway, so. Okay. We'll take the stereo off because I want it down the middle. Okay, so already we're getting that wider feel. Okay, now a saturator to saturate them harmonics, the you know, the little peaks you see on a frequency. So, and on a saturator, the drive is how much you manipulate the amplifier, the harmonics, and then the width is basically how much of that frequency will be affected. So, for argument's sake, if it's full width, the full spectrum at that frequency will be manipulated. So we're on 1 kilohertz. So we know this sample's about 1 kilohertz. So I want it quite narrow, or maybe half. The depth amplifies the higher harmonics, and the bass amplifies the bottom. So let's see how that sounds. Okay, so now we've got the width. We just need to start EQing now. But what we'll do is play the next one. Here we go. Solo the next one. Let's listen to that one. Don't get me wrong, guys. When you pick a preset, you pick it because you like it, and it might not need a lot of manipulation because all these instruments have compression, reverb, and all that. So, you know, sometimes you don't need to mess around too much. But in this case, we're gonna. Okay, so that's quite low and holy, isn't it? So we need to get an EQ on that straight away. So if you've got anything that sounds like it's bassy but really mellow, we need to get an EQ on. So take it up. I like to start really high, go up and down on the frequency to find the best point, and then obviously take it down. And you can hear it as we go here. Hear it? There's low. Let's try it with the other one. Okay, so now let's take a bit of that low end out, because obviously we don't want it overpowering too much. And again, it mellow out. There we go, hear it. The side chain on that doesn't match very well. There we go. Okay, so now we've got them two sort of mixed together. Let's throw an EQ on this one now and get it blended together. So you as you're mixing left to right, you solo each one, so obviously to bring it in so you can hear it and reference. So take it up so you can hear the best part of it. Okay, so that's the bass part, but it's a bit too fast. Here, as I take it away, the more of the stab is gone. So now we're just left with that raw middle. Hear it? And then we'll just do a nice glue compressor to take the peaks off. To take the peaks off, just a fast release, no attack. So basically, the glue compressor takes a while before it kicks in. Ratio 2. Okay, that's one, that's two done. On this one, we'll just put a little bit of a multiband on to fine tune it. And then just a glue compressor, a little bit of compression. There we go. Okay, now the next one coming in. So that's a bit of a paddy type one. So straight with an EQ, take it up. Okay, a little bit of fine tune with multiband dynamics. So with that pad doors we've done, it took a bit of the low end out, boosted so we can get them hits. Okay, that's all it needs, a little bit of fine tune and a compressor. See the way we're clipping now? So what we do is take the outputs up down. We don't want clipping, guys, so you know, just bring it down on the output. It just means it's too loud. So it's a paddy sound, so we can compress quite a bit and the ratio up. The higher the ratio, the more of it like a rounded off lower sound you'll get, because you're cutting off the peaks. Higher release to sort of take away the trail. So the higher the release, the more the sound will become sharp. The less release, the more it will sound like a hole, like it's in a hole. And again, no clipping. Or you can, when you're just getting a bit on the compressor, just put a limiter on if it sounds okay. So you got a little bit of -6, that's okay. And the last one, but not least, we'll have to add to it. So on this one, we're going to put a thingy, because this is the real one that stands out. It's like the high one. And then we're going to get an EQ on to boost them bits. Okay, so that's the mixing done on that. Now the global will create thingy on all them. We'll control all them. So let's see how that sounds. Now the new mix. This is now in the session view. When you go into your arrangements after you've done all this, you can fine tune then, get everything right. But for now, like I've always said, get your ideas down, get them done. It's about getting them on the page. We're not even into the track yet. This is just building a track. So here we go. Global, yeah. Now we can control all of them. Compress that, let's compress them down a bit. Little bit of fine tuning on the EQ. Glue compressor to take the edge off. And then limiter. Off. Okay, so everything's not clipping, so that's how it's sounded now. So here we go. Little bit of a okay, let's see where we are. 17 minutes, that's enough. Next video, mix the break and then we'll make a track.